Welcome everyone, Jennifer Henczel here. Today I'm going to be sharing my framework for building influence and prosperity. Let's dive in.
Royal Funnel, a framework for building influence and prosperity. Welcome everyone, Jennifer Henczel here. Today I'm going to be showing you my framework for building influence. And if you haven't watched it yet, go back and watch my influence formula teaching first and then this one. In this video, I'm going to be showing you the framework I use for generating abundance and prosperity, and the curated list of tools that I use in each step towards building your empire. If you want visibility for your offer or your cause, you need to have some systems in place. First, the word funnel is not the F word, right? Words like strategies, automation processes, blueprints, roadmaps are not bad words. They are just tools that allow you to reach more people. These are real, proven business systems that free up your time so you can spend more of your time living in your passion and building meaningful relationships with others. Likewise, let's talk about the word royal. We're taking royal back. It's you elevating to your highest self. It's you living in your highest passion and highest purpose. That's what royal means here. If the word royal doesn't resonate with you, try not to take it too seriously. It's just for fun. For many years, I've used a royal theme in some of my trainings because I like to incorporate metaphors and analogies to help with learning and teaching. My students seem to like it in my live workshops. So before I show you the royal funnel, I want to work on your royal mindset. Remember, you want to be the go-to leader in your niche, right? And that all starts up here. You are the ruler of your own life. You have the power to rule over every second and every action that occurs from your being. Embrace the royal position you hold in your own mind and life. You are a brilliant genius with much to offer the world. People want to hear what you have to say. Stop dabbling and just making it by. If you have something to offer the world, let's get this going for you. It's time for you to learn about how it all works together properly and profitably, rather than being torn in different directions by different strategies. You are the only one to set these things in motion. You have the solutions that your audience needs. You are the one that needs to express your message to the world. You are the one who will be building relationships with new people. You will implement methods for creating passive income. You will create high-end programs or offerings that will help others and create wealth for yourself. You will collaborate with other royals to create abundance and royal results. You are the one to invest in and implement the tools you need to make it happen. So I want you to know that you are enough. In fact, you are royalty. I want you to proclaim your place as the king or queen at the top of your niche, okay? I want you to fill in the blank with your passion or purpose. So, I am blank royalty. Or, I am the queen of, fill in the blank. Or, I am the king of, and fill in the blank. If you don't want to use royal words, you can just say, I am an expert in, fill in the blank. I am a specialist in, fill in the blank. I am a leader, or I am an influencer in, fill in the blank. Use whatever empowers you. Ditch whatever doesn't resonate with you. Use whatever works for you, because you need to feel the abundance in order to attract the abundance. So maybe you are fitness royalty. Are you business royalty? Are you the queen of organization? Empowerment royalty? Health and wellness royalty? Maybe you're the king of gluten-free living. Whatever your passion and purpose is, you are royally that. For example, some of mine are, I am influence royalty. I am the queen of encouragement. I am the queen of community building. I want you to pause this video and fill in the blanks and then say it out loud. Decree it. Proclaim it. Who else is going to do it for you? Is someone else ruling your life and business? Now that you're ready to elevate to your royal status, let's talk about funnels and tools to make it happen. Let's talk about funnels. A funnel is just a map of how your customers flow through your business. If you don't know precisely how your customer should move through your business, how will your customer know what to do? It's your business to manage, it's not theirs. Knowing this is your responsibility as the business owner. I'm really excited to show this to you because any of the learnings or things you've already set up in your business, you can use. You can still plug them into this. This is actually going to help identify any missing pieces and fill in those gaps so that any of the learning you've done isn't lost. You know, we either earn or we learn, right? You don't have to ditch all the work you've already put in. What I'm going to show you is going to help you see where you can fit in all those things and identify the tweaks you need or the things you need to add to have a complete system and a framework that's going to support you and your passion and purpose and generate prosperity. A funnel is just a map of your offerings and how your customers flow through your business. Your customers need a map of how to navigate through your business, and you need to show them the path you've created for them. Otherwise, it's like dropping them on a trail in the middle of nowhere and expecting them to find their way to the right place. You need to show them. You can't show them until you know yourself. So let's talk about how they can find you and how you can get them plugged into your community and into your business. I want to show you some different ways of documenting and planning that so that you have absolute clarity on how you're going to serve people and generate abundance. You need to be crystal clear about it. I have several options for you, and you can choose whichever model you want. I've created a handout with each of the structures I'm going to show you, and you can apply the concepts to whichever one you want. Number 1, flowchart. We can look at it like a flowchart from one step to the next. Your freebie to your entry-level offer to your higher ticket offers. And you want to map that out and be really clear about how people move from one offer to the next through your business. Number 2, value ladder. You can also look at it as a value ladder. So each step you go, the higher the price and the more you are involved as a person. The more your time is involved and the more your expertise is involved. The higher you go, the more you're actually showing up and conducting meetings or coaching sessions at those higher steps. At the lower steps, you're mostly automated. The third option is royal flush. I also like to think of my framework and plan it out like a winning hand of cards. A royal straight flush is the best possible hand in any ace-high type card game. It has an ace, a king, a queen, a jack, and a 10 in all one suit. So imagine your goal is to have this winning hand. Each card represents a part of your funnel. And if you're missing one of those, it's not a winning hand. I've actually collected the cards to motivate myself, and I've had clients put the cards up on their bulletin boards or on the wall in their office as they achieve each step. It gamifies the process. Each card they achieve, they celebrate, right? It's motivating them to achieve each of those steps. And you can use this method too. If you like learning this way, a more tactile type of learning, then use this method, use the cards. You can use the cards with the royal funnel, and it'll make more sense as I explain it. So let's take a look at royal funnel. You can use the royal funnel in combination with the royal flush playing cards. Download the royal funnel handout below, and I highly recommend that you schedule some time in to fill it in with what you have in your business currently and what you need to develop to have a complete royal funnel. We start at the top where content is king. That's where all your social posts, all your content, it's where you create visibility and tell your story. Imagine at the top all the sources where you get your referrals. So let's brainstorm some examples. Networking groups, your podcast or channel, your website, your socials, social media groups, associations, meetups, events, conferences, trade shows, referrals from others. What else? Say it out loud. Write down any place where you get leads. It's all about the places where you put your content or message out there into the world and you attract connections and leads. Now they're pouring like a bucket into the top of your funnel. Here are some tools I use to create great content. I love using Canva. I use Canva to create some of my social content, my posts. and some of my printed assets. But I also love using social content clubs. Now, if you haven't heard of these before, it's a monthly club usually that you can join, and there's usually a monthly fee. It's usually not very expensive. They range in price anywhere from, let's say, $10 to $100 usually, but they can save you a ton of time. Depending on the club, they usually provide images, videos, and sometimes prompts that you can use every day so that you can stay consistent with your content and your posting. Now, I use a service called Social Bliss Blueprint, and I highly recommend it. I'll put a link in the notes below this video. The next part of our funnel is the Queen of Connection. This is how you're going to connect with people and build relationships and connect with them on a deeper level. This is where you're going to take someone from just a follower to really being part of your community. This is where you collect the leads as well. One of the main tools we use here is email marketing. Because even if you have a Facebook group or a LinkedIn group or some other community group in social, let's say a Clubhouse group or a TikTok community, those would be considered referral sources under the King of Content. Here we want to collect the connections onto our own list. Why? Because you own your email list. Any of the other social platforms could go away tomorrow, but your email list is yours. If people join your email list, then you can always connect with them no matter what the platforms do. It's your asset to manage and to connect with the people how you want and when you want. Another tool that goes hand in hand with email marketing is a lead magnet. Lead magnets or opt-ins or freebies are used to entice people onto your email list. You're going to create a lead magnet, which can be a webinar, ebooks, guides, checklists, templates, worksheets, online mini courses or masterclasses, challenges, or free versions of apps. I like to use Constant Contact to create my lead magnets and to build my own list and monetize my podcast and my communities. Capturing leads and growing my list allows me to get to know my audience on a deeper level and build meaningful relationships with them. I've created many communities using this tool. Check it out. I'll put the link in the notes to this video. Prince of Passive Income. The next level in the Royal Funnel is the Prince of Passive Income. At this level, you're going to sell something that's mostly automated. You're going to automate the sales and delivery of that item. So you can create it once, and then you're going to sell it over and over again. What I really love about this level is low-cost digital products, masterclasses, and mini memberships. I have a whole separate masterclass on building mini memberships, which are a great way to create reoccurring monthly income. I'll put the link to that in the notes to this video. But to create the pieces for the digital products that are involved in each of those, here are some of the tools that I use. Envato is a huge library. It's a vault of video stock and photo stock and templates of all kinds. That's called Envato, and I'll put the link to it in the notes of this video. And Adobe Premiere to edit videos. I also like to use Descript for transcriptions, and I also use Descript now for captions in videos to put the words on the videos. So if you're watching this video now, it probably has captions from Descript. I use Word and Google Docs for creating documents and PDFs, and for parts of the design I use Canva and Adobe Photoshop. The next section in the Royal Funnel is Princess of Programs. As a person moves through your business, you're going to introduce them to the next section, and that's the Princess of Programs. This is all your mid-range to high-ticket offerings. The more you, yourself, your expertise, your time are involved, the higher the price goes. The more you're involved, the higher the price, because your time is your most valuable commodity. So you need to price it accordingly. Here are some examples of what you'll offer at this level. Memberships at a higher price, online training program and summits, live in-person training programs, retreats, conferences, trade shows, and other types of live in-person events, tools and resource packages with templates and checklists and forms, licensing, franchising of your modalities, masterminds, group coaching, and one-to-one coaching programs. What mid to high ticket programs and products will you be offering and delivering? Tools. In the Prince of Passive Income section, I talked about the tools I use for creating these assets in both of these sections, but now I'll share with you the tools I use for selling and delivering my programs. I use ads in all the platforms for selling, so Facebook ads, TikTok ads are very successful right now, Google ads, and the other thing is my website. You're going to send people there. So as you connect with people, you're going to send them there for your lead magnets and your articles, your blog, and other things, videos and things like that. You're going to be sharing the links and sending people to your website. It's a place for you to keep all of your assets together in one place, and you can build a membership on your website. So I recommend using SiteGround for your hosting and creating a WordPress website because they're really good for WordPress hosting. So SiteGround is the hosting that I recommend, and I'll put a link to that in the tools for this section in the notes of this video. If you don't want a full website for your business and you just want a funnel, the top tools are, and I've tried all of these and I love them, these are if you want to build a very focused funnel for a specific product or program launch. There's ClickFunnels, Lead Pages, and Instapages. There's other ones out there too, but make sure you do your research and pick one that fits in your budget. All of that leads to a cool bonus, the Jack of Joint Ventures. Having a collaborative mindset rather than a competitive mindset is your strongest asset in today's market. Collaboration is the new commerce. It's how business is done online today. This is where you and your business are going to really shine. This is where your influence really starts to level up. This is where the power is. This is where the fun is. This is my favorite part of being in business, is collaborating with others and other leaders in their industry and really getting to know them and getting to know their audiences. You're offering value to your audience and you get to tap into their audience. And that's how you're going to be able to really grow and scale your influence and your audience. When you have a proper funnel in place, you'll attract better collaborations. The reason other thought leaders and influencers want to see that you have a proper funnel in place is because they want to know that their people are going to be well taken care of, right? So it's got to flow properly, it's got to look professional, it's got to be ethical in every aspect at every step. I can tell right away if someone has all the pieces in place and has a proper funnel set up. If you don't, that's also going to show up. And so these things really determine the level of collaborations that you're going to be able to attract into your universe. When you have all the pieces in place, you're going to be able to attract better opportunities and better collaborative relationships, better affiliate program opportunities, better giveaway partnerships, and all of those amazing opportunities. It's all about reciprocity. Here are some examples of reciprocal collaborations. Book collaborations, where you can have a chapter in a book. Summits and webinars. I love speaking at summits. Having a podcast and inviting guests. If you don't know where to start, this is a great one because you can interview other experts and influencers and it builds your credibility and knowledge while featuring them. Or being a guest on other people's podcasts. And then in that case, when the episode is released, be sure to share it because that will build your credibility and influence as well. Affiliate programs. That's where you promote someone else's offer and you get a kickback. I only promote things that I use and love, and I'm sure you want to do the same, or things where I know the person so well, I've worked with them, or perhaps I didn't take their full program, but I spoke alongside them, so I know their content and how they operate and work. So I could see firsthand what they offer and how they take care of people. Also, if you want to run an affiliate program, if you want to attract influencers, and I can tell you the affiliate programs that I do, you need to offer 50 to 70%. That's just how it works today. That's for the type of affiliate arrangements that I'm involved in. But if you're doing something that doesn't have much margin, like a retreat or something, and you're offering, let's say, only 10%, I don't do those kinds of affiliate arrangements. I'm not knocking it. If you like doing those types of offerings and it works for you, if that works for you, great. I just do the other type that offers more leads and a higher return. It's just a different model. Giveaways. This is where each contributor offers a gift, and then when you have all the contributors doing that, you're getting access to everyone else's audience, and they're getting access to your audience. So it's very reciprocal. Sometimes there's an upsell product involved, and sometimes there isn't. So there's an affiliate component to that sometimes. I'm often on the leaderboard for these types of opportunities for the leads or the sales, which attracts even more opportunities. Speaking at online and offline live in-person events, I've spoken at a lot of online and offline events, but on the flip side, I've also had events and invited speakers to come speak on my stages, and those are some of the most powerful and fulfilling relationships that have opened up all kinds of doors for me. I've been in a lot of amazing collaborations, and the more I get connected, the more opportunities flow my way. I've made some great connections, and some of them have even become friends. You know, if I don't feel someone is a fit to work with me, or if I don't have the answers, I know someone who does. It's a win-win-win for everybody because the client gets the perfect match, my colleague gets a client, and my impact and influence increases because I've helped both of them. When you have a proper funnel in place, when all those pieces are in place, you're going to be able to attract opportunities from other thought leaders and influencers, either from your niche or lateral niches and other complementary industries. Schedule some time in and go through all the handouts and do all the work to get this set up properly rather than being torn in different directions by different strategies, right? That's my goal, is to get this working for you. Get all your assets down in one place on the handouts and see how your client can move through your business in a synergistic, balanced, and aligned way. Especially today, you need to have a cohesive system, and this is a checklist of stuff that I've given you where all the essential pieces are right in front of you. Otherwise, you can create the best event or write the best book or develop the best program, and people won't be there unless you have this full system in place. We're taking Royal back. So you need to have a healthy, strong Royal funnel that will generate Royal revenue and Royal opportunities. If you have something to offer the world, let's get this going for you. If you'd like more training on this, you can join one of my communities, either the Inspiring Influencers Network at inspiringinfluencers.net or Women in Podcasting Network at womeninpodcasting.net. If you need further help one-on-one, I do have a mentorship program. If you're interested in that, reach out and we can see if it's a fit, and then I'll send you the link to apply. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you, and I look forward to connecting further.